Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to another Demolition class live stream. Last time we were in the world, I actually don't really remember all that happened because it's been an entire week ago and I've been busy this past week, but I believe we went ahead, beat the Brood Mother, and I know we beat the Sulfur Elemental. That was the last thing that we did, but I don't know if we beat any other. We beat King Slime, I believe, last stream as well. I think it was maybe just those three bosses. No clue. But anyway, we're back at it again. Today, hopefully, we'll be beating all the other pre-hard mode bosses, including Wall Flush, entering hard mode finally. That'll probably be the extent to how far we get today, but I think that's still pretty good nonetheless, so that is going to be my goal. I'm going to quickly go ahead and grab the link to the live stream, so if you just give me a second, we can begin shortly after that. See, copy link, put that into the Discord, bada bing, bada boom, and there we go. Looks good to me. YouTube live control panel is being weird on OBS. It's just a white screen, which is not the greatest thing of all time. I'd like to actually see what's on the page, but I guess we'll do without it for the time being. Maybe if it wants to work later, it'll work later, but that's besides the point. Go ahead, grab some music. There we go. And now, you can go ahead and join the world. So. Oh yeah, we also did beat Queen Bee. What bosses do we have beaten? King Slime, Eye of Cthulhu, Coral Sheller, Brood Mother, Eater of Worlds, Queen Bee, Sulfur Elemental. So now we've got Skeletron, Deerclops, Cavern Explosive, Wall of Flesh. Alright, I think we start working towards it in that order, so let's head on over to the dungeon, shall we? That's on the right side. Yep. Oh, I also do have the Sulfur Elemental Relic. I didn't put that down yet. I'm gonna do that first and foremost. There we go. Beautiful. Alright. There's also a bunch of weapons here from the sulfur stuff that I haven't really done anything with. So, yeah. There's that one. There's the rifle. And then I believe there's another weapon, right? Or am I crazy? Oh wait, there's also the Tremoring. Yeah. So, before we head over to Skeletron, I do want to just take a look at my loadout. That's obviously good. That's pretty good. I'm pretty sure I have Fallen Stars somewhere in here. Yes, I do. Okay. And I don't remember how many I need for max. I'm just going to consume until I think it's 200 max. So this should be... There we go. Yeah. So now we have this. We have this. Don't really need any of these. Actually, this might be decent, right? I don't think it's bad. I think we can probably... Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll continue using this accessory then. So let's put the other items in here that we don't need. I am going to keep the rifle. Probably use that instead of the honey pot. That does have a pretty bad reforce, so we can probably reforce that a little bit before fighting Skeletron. And I don't think I'm going to use that weapon, I'll be honest. Well, the YouTube Live panel is still not working. I might just close the panel and then reopen it again. Let's see. YouTube Live control panel. It's still... Oh, there we go. Now it's working. The triple S, the SSS, CJ Deathbot is better. He's pretty chill. I don't think this is a competition of trying to be better than someone else, though. I think you'd be rather foolish to think that. Alright. Let's see. Where even is the... Ah, yes. Of course. Naturally. Well, I don't need the nurse here. Don't like using nurse seals in the first place. Hey. Can I talk to the man? Please. Just wanted to see if I would respond. I mean... It's an interesting way of trying to get me to respond, but okay. Here they go. Let's go. Anyway, the nurse is being annoying. Please move. It's one way to gain access to the Coughlin. Oh, that's a lot more expensive than I thought it was going to be. 4 gold, 77 silver. Yikes. I'll go with that. Why not? I've got limited funds right now. Alright. Still pretty early on in the night. I think I'll just head on over and try fighting Skeletron. Honestly, with the gear that we have, probably won't be that much of an issue. Not sure if this is a real class. I am using a mod, which makes Demolition class a thing. Definitely not vanilla, by any means. I have the mod in the description if anyone is interested in checking it out themselves. Hello, Domino Effect. Welcome to the stream. Probably start making some platforms while I'm making my way over. Again, probably won't be able to do too much, all things considered, since I do want to try beating Skeletron tonight, and time is already passing. Your server needs a place to show off Terraria builds. There should be the Terraria chat. I don't know if an entire like separate text channel for Terraria builds would be needed, but I could potentially do something like that if people are interested in it. Alright. I think I'm going to use this as my primary weapon, as I miss all my shots. I just want to see how the cloud, the AoE works, because when I was using it against the wall, like a physical wall, not wall of flesh, it seemed like the AoE was going to be decent, but there it didn't really look like it was doing all too much damage. Plus the bullet spread is a little bit of an annoyance, so that could be an issue. At least with smaller enemies. Yeah. Maybe I should have kept the mage weapon on there instead of putting it in the chest. You know, I do have a potion of return. I could go back and grab it. Maybe. Actually, I might just use this for the time being. It's an interesting weapon. Fairly inaccurate. Hello, Two Chubby Creeper. Welcome to the stream. Random question, have you played Deltarune? Chapter 5 came out like 2 days ago. I have not played Deltarune. I wanted to play eventually, but I was thinking that'd probably be something I'd want to do more on like a second channel type thing, but I don't have my second channel up yet because I want to try making this channel a bit more self-sustainable first before I, you know, take more time and energy to making content on a different channel, so. But I have heard about Chapter 5 being released, have been a little bit interested, haven't really had the time. Also, speaking of time, it's already past halfway through the night. We've got this, surely. Surely. I'll actually be honest, these hands are getting shredded. Way quicker than I thought they were going to. What? These items are not balanced. For the tier in which you get them in. This is not... It's a little unfair. Come on, chase after me. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, like, I knew that the Sulfur Elemental was a difficult boss for me, and so it makes sense that the items are good, but I don't know why Boss Checklist put it that early on, because now I have items way too good for the stage of progression I'm currently in. That's amazing. Okay, yeah, sure. Well, that was Skeletron. Let's go into the dungeon. Who are you? Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm not gonna step on you. Alright. When's the 100 million sub celebration? I'll be honest. That's just not ever gonna happen. There's no way I'm ever gonna hit that many. It's physically impossible. I'm willing to bet my entire bank account and life's existence on the line that I will never hit 100 million. You can do it if you put your back into it. I'm going to assume that was in context of beating Skeletron with over half the night already gone, in which case, yes, you are absolutely right. I had plenty of time left over as well. Oh my! Think fast, Chuckle Nuts. Yes. Hello, Mew. Welcome.
Hi, Mr. Crispylink.
Me oh my, you're
I have
loud.
a very important question
Oh,
for you.
I'm turning your volume down a little bit. Give me a second. Alright.
Oh, why? I just heard it on your stream. Why am I so blared on your end? What
I
the
don't
hell?
know. You are so loud, though. Alright. What's your
weird.
question?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, why is the other VC at 47 hours and 36 minutes?
That would be my doing.
Yeah, why?
I think it's funny. Moo is
Fair
currently
enough.
taking over.
I see that. I think it's really funny that the status while Moo is in there is, I think I miss my husband.
Yeah, it doesn't really make that much sense when Moo's in there, but...
Alright, well, enjoy your demolitionist run.
Alright,
Bye,
thank you, man.
Crispy's chat.
For context, I was sitting in a Discord call for nearly 48 hours these past 2 days. Oh, hello, Trash.
Hello, Crispy. I'm here to take Gonk. He's my Pookie. I'm stealing him
What?
from you.
Oh! No! Not Gonk.
Not like it matters, he's asleep anyways.
Yeah.
Because pretty sure they stayed up all night.
Yep. He did. Okay, it doesn't seem like
What's funny,
the
at
mechanic
night I go to
sells
bed
anything
early,
new.
we'll stay up late.
Let's see. Mine boots. Explosive damage. And also defense. Create small occasions, yes. Cause small explosions while moving. I don't know if I should use that or not. I could maybe try it out a little bit.
That just sounds like the average Taco Bell experience.
Oh god. No, thank you.
But no, I don't eat Taco Bell.
You're chilling in a dark room. I was not expecting to be flashbanged earlier. I do apologize to everyone who also unexpectedly got flashbanged. We hate Discord server money. What's that supposed to mean? Anyway, I will also see if this is even worth using in the first place. I'll just use it instead of the worm scar for the time being. Oh. That would get very annoying very quickly. I don't think it's worth using this. Yeah, that's just gonna get really annoying really quickly. Yeah, we're not using that, unfortunately. Because I want to use more items that are custom to this mod, but I don't I don't want that. Hello, Leonard Jr., or I don't know how to say your name, I apologize. I hope I said it correctly, but I'm not the greatest with names. Welcome to the stream. It's on your second monitor, so you weren't flashbang, thankfully. Or a full flashbang. I mean, still a flashbang nonetheless. Let's see. And there we go again. I tried to attack it from a distance. Again, I apologize. Imagine Omni wield with 200 accessories and more than 20 mod per class. Enemies 100x health and damage. Omni wield? I don't know what that is. I'll be honest. Anyway, I don't even know what I'm down here for. I just beat Skeletron really quickly, and it was just like, okay, yeah, what's the next logical step? Looting the dungeon. Okay. I think I'll probably try looting a couple of the gold chests. Maybe see if there's any unique items in the dungeon. See if I can get a shadow key, see if there's any unique items in the underworld. But I mean, considering that I'm only gonna try using the modded weapons and armor and whatnot, there's really much down here otherwise, unless they added stuff. Hi, Crispy Cheese. That's not the name of my character in this world. Anyway, nothing new in this one. Or this one. I'm just gonna assume that there's nothing new in any of these chests. But, again, I'll still try for a shadow key. Which I just got. Let's go. Omni Wield is a mod that allows you to use all weapons on the inventory. Oh god. That sounds a bit busted, to say the very least. Alright, I don't really think there's anything else down here that I want, so I'm just gonna return back up to the surface. Alright, what did I get? Bone rockets. Naturally, of course. No surprise there. Put the relic up here. So now we're moving on to Deerclops, and then finally revisit Captain Explosive after all this time. You put a spoon in the microwave, it started sparking. Should I be afraid? Not necessarily. Obviously, you don't want to microwave metal, but microwaving something like silverware isn't the end of the world. It's if you try microwaving the metal foil, that's when it gets bad. Do not microwave metal foil. that is the worst thing to microwave. Anyway, nothing here that I want either. Okay. How much do these things sell for, actually? I'm curious. Not that much. I'll still sell it, because I don't have a actual use for it. Actually, what did these do? Exposes to multiple damaging bones. I think I'll try those try those, just to see what they're like. Is it gonna work with... No, because that's the weapon modifier overrides. Okay, well, we'll try it later when I have a weapon that doesn't override. Should be busted that you need enemies with 100x health and damage to balance it. I would, yeah, I mean, allowing yourself to use all the weapons in your inventory at once. Yeah, that just, yeah, I don't know what you expected. I'll be honest. I think by nature that is going to be overpowered. Anyway. Will not destroy tiles. Reduces enemy and or player movement speed by 50% on explosion. Players have their screen tinted white on hit. Does not affect bosses or enemies with over 10,000 health. Well, I'm just gonna toss one, because what's the worst that could possibly happen? I see. That's actually not that bad. You might have also put tinfoil in there too. Sorry. Okay. Well, you're doomed for. It's nothing that you can do. Insert the Napoleon Bonaparte video club. What was it? Armor Plastique edits. Honestly, a good song that I only came across because of the Napoleon edits. I listen to that song even to this day. Anyway, let's see. I don't think I have any... I do have Flanks Fur. I only need 3, right? I think so. Flanks Fur, I think it's 1 lens. And then... Actually, I could just check. Yeah, and then 5. Okay. And I've got none. Of course. Of course. No ore. Why would I have ore? Nearest corruption to the right, presumably. Is there even a corruption? There is a corruption at the left, it's just at the ocean. Alright. Well, there's bound to be some demonite ore inside of the corruption itself, so we can just go there, mine up 5, craft ourselves the deer thing, and then fight Deerclops. Why'd your microwave explode? The world may never know. Truly something that will go unsolved. It'll be up there with the mysteries such as that of the Bermuda Triangle and D.B. Cooper. The mysterious case of the exploding microwave, featuring tinfoil and spoons. Honestly, if these weapons are as good as they are, as is, the stage of the game that we got them from, I am wondering how good the weapons from Captain Explosive's gonna be. Because, if I remember correctly, Captain Explosive doesn't really drop weapons per se, but drops the actual explosive items. Which might not be as great for weapons, more so good for actual demolition, maybe? But, I don't know. If we can get actual weapons from that boss, then I'm curious to see how much power they're going to have. Because another thing that worries me is just a smidge little bit. Actually, I'm not that worried because the vanilla bosses have also been dropping custom weapons. I was going to say, like, without any custom bosses until literally post-Moonlord after beating Captain Explosive, it's like trying to go through the rest of the game's progression could be difficult, but if the other vanilla bosses drop the weapons as well, then we should be fine. Fortunately, your PC can't handle it and explode. Now you are in hell because your PC died with you. I mean, hey, so long as you've got your PC with you, can't be that bad. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna have to fight Eater Worlds again, because I'm not seeing any ore down here. No big deal. Mining's too slow. Why mine when you have explosives? I love the complete and just total destruction from these bombs. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I might have to fight the Broodmother again, just so I have more of these. They're so fun to use. Here, let's just toss out another one. Just spawn the boss in with style. What would be really amusing is if the boss were to get hit by the bombs as well. But I doubt that's going to happen. It's actually closer to happening than I expected. Can I get out of this small little death chamber, though, please? Thank you. Anyway, that was a very difficult fight. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. Trust. I don't even need all this loot. I'm just grabbing it because I'm greedy. Oh, warding. What is this one? Armor? +1? Let's go. Anyway, I forgot to make the summon because I'm extremely intelligent. Like I said, greed. Gotta keep the 5 on me. I also quick stacked the other ingredients, so I need to not forget about those. So. Alright, and back to the corruption we go. Unless there's a altar nearby. But I doubt it. Nothing I'm seeing at first glance. Hello, Average Preto. Welcome to the stream. Vivaldi Four Seasons Winter is just such a banger song. Like, imagine going to, like, a concert back, you know, how many years ago Vivaldi was around? You're just hearing, like, all the typical classical music that people think of whenever they think of classical music, and then all of a sudden you just hear this playing. The switch-up would be insane. Anyway, dear thing, let's go. And now we make our way back to the right again. because we need to actually get into the snow biome. And I'll be honest, I don't think I need an actual arena. Considering what we were able to do to Skeletron, we should be fine. I am going to fight it on a kind of, you know, solid ground, though. I think this will do just fine. Here we go. Deerclops. Let's see. Dying a bit slower than Skeletron. Not the most surprised about that. This boss is placed after Skeletron for a reason. But still dying very quickly nonetheless. All I'm going to say is that with the other challenge that I have been recording in the background, this fight is a very nice sight for sore eyes. I'm not going to say what the other video is as of right now, but Deerclops was annoying to fight. And just like that, another boss down. Huge. So, now all that's left is Captain Explosive and Wall of Flesh for pre-hard mode. Let's see. I also just don't need these things. I might sell a lot of these items at some point because, you know, I'm not using them for a reason, so why hold on to them? Okay, let's see. So we have 4 unhinged letters. So we've got 4 attempts until I need to spend money on buying more of those, but we got a couple attempts. And with how the previous fights with the other bosses have been doing, honestly, might not need multiple attempts. Optimistic. But I am going to sleep time by, because I would like to fight this boss during the day for better visibility. In the meanwhile, whilst I'm sleeping, quick reminder to stay hydrated and drink some water or whatever drink you want. Doesn't necessarily matter, but stay hydrated. Boom? Yes, Rico. Boom. Penguins of Madagascar is absolutely goated. I'm not one to usually watch much of anything. I don't watch shows or movies. But Penguins of Madagascar, banger. Don't edge, heard someone died from it. Wasn't planning on it. I'm not like that. Anyway, it is day, but I will wait for it to be a little bit brighter out. Good enough for me. So, if anyone watching this stream was here for the previous streams, you probably know how this fight went previously. Absolutely horrendously. Absolutely got bullied by this boss. I think it is time that we return the favor. So, let's go ahead and just, get this over with, shall we? Actually, this weapon in particular might not be the greatest for this fight. I should probably use the sulfuric rifle. As also not good as it is, it's probably going to be for the better. At least for attacking the boss directly. Although these probes, we might want to use the Trimarang, because crowd control. I think the summons that it brings into the fight was one of the main problems I was having previously. And I mean, also those attacks from the boss itself also deal a lot of damage, but summons have always been an issue. Okay, so that's just a massive explosion. So if I ever see that, I just need to run far, far away. I feel like I should have gotten hit there. I'll be honest. Want these hearts. Okay. Healing cooldown is up. Okay, I might try using the rifle again. I think I'm actually just going to switch back and forth between these two weapons. Use the Trimarang whenever there's a bunch of summons around, and then use the rifle whenever it's mainly just the boss. Oh, what are you? I don't want to get hit by that. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh! Oh, that was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. Okay, now I know why I want to run away from those big bombs. We did get fairly close. Why? Why? I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. Why do you have green clouds coming off you? You're not helping the stereotype that we don't shower. You see, I have this sulfur heart that occasionally releases, I say occasionally, it's very frequently releases long-lasting sulfur gas clouds that scale with blast radius. It definitely does not help the stereotype, but it's powerful, so I'm going to be using it. Let's see. I am going to quickly just heal up a little bit and just regen, because I'm going to need all the health I can get my hands on. What is this error that YouTube's giving me right now? Hold up. YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming? I'm sure I'll be fine. Maybe. We'll see. If the stream quality starts dropping off a cliff, you know why. Because YouTube's being annoying. Anyway. I keep forgetting that sitting in the chair helps with regeneration, so don't mind me. And we're good to go. Alright. Let's give this yet another go, shall we? Again, I'm going to try to switch between the two weapons. Trimarang for whenever there needs to be crowd control, and rifle whenever it is just the main boss itself. Beautiful. Already dealing very nice damage. I am kind of curious to see what this fight's going to look like if we were to play with the breaking blocks option. I just don't want the entire world to be, completely destroyed. But I think for the sake of the challenge, may as well give it at least one attempt with the block breaking option turned on. Alright, so now that we're below half health, I believe those big bombs should be spawning sooner than later. I am almost dead, and I'm dead. Never mind. Okay, cool. Great. I'm gonna quickly take a look at the mage weapon. Wherever it might be. There it is. How much damage does this do compared to the other? And then that compared to this. It is slower though. Okay, I don't think I'm going to continue to use that weapon. But anyway. I am going to, I think, try one attempt with block breaking. I just want to see how destructive this boss can get. So let's see it. Oh yeah, no. It's just actual bomb strength bombs, which I mean, guess makes sense. I am curious to see what the big bombs do though. Also, the platform's kind of breaking. That's gonna be so wonderful and amazing and great and awesome and great and wonderful. Also, am I crazy or is the boss dying faster with the... Also, yep, the big bomb has struck. And there's another one. Oh, great. Oh, great. And another one. And another... Oh, man. Why am I cold? Why am I frozen? Oh, Miomai. Not good, not good, not good. Almost dead. I just need to focus on survivability right now. No! Ah, that's not good. Okay. All of that and I didn't even get to beat the boss. The world is permanently scarred beyond repair. All for nothing. Look at that, look at that. That was great. That was great. I'm gonna take a quick moment to repair at least the platform. I will leave this as a testament, though. Well, good news is that I probably won't need to harvest sand and dirt anymore. Also, spawning Captain Explosive with the block breaking feature on might actually be a good way to make a Plantera arena. I'm not gonna do it because I have better means, you know, coral bombs, but it would be an amusing way of going about making an arena. Anyway, good as new. Let's go ahead and spawn the boss one more time. The last letter that I have for the time being, but I can always buy them for like a gold 90, so it's not that bad if we can't beat them. And I am not going to be breaking the world again. That was a one-off thing, just to see what would actually happen. I'm also going to try to not focus after the little drones here, but rather just see if my accessories cloud is enough to deal with them. Or if they get hit by stray bullets. Because I want to just focus on the boss. I don't know. Maybe it is better to use Trimarang to clear out. Oh, I almost was inside that blast radius. I didn't even realize it dropped one of the big bombs. Alright, just another one down there to the left. Alright. I just need to be more observant of what's going on. This isn't good. I need health. Like now. Alright, we're doing a bit of off-roading. Oh, and the other big tracking bomb is here. Okay, I probably should have died there. I'm not going to complain. Just want to heal real quick. Alright. Getting fairly close. What is carpet bombing? Why carpet bombing? What? That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. Carpet bombing is not fair. This is not fair. What am I supposed to do to counter carpet bombing? Come on, we're so close. Please, 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 please. Did it say negative health? I think it said negative health for a split second there. Okay. Even with the items that we have, which were, mind you, able to absolutely shred through Skeletron and Deerclops without any effort at all, still struggle to beat this boss. Anyway, we have a new NPC, Ghost of Captain Explosive. What do you sell? Okay, so a lot of things. Heavy bombs are amazing. I'm glad to see them actually be purchasable. Oh, so that's how you get the Gamblenade launcher. I was looking at this earlier and I wanted it. I wanted this so much. I'm glad you can actually get it fairly easily, because this item it just looks so good. Just, again, each shot has a chance to fire more or fewer projectiles. Imagine rolling a yellow and getting 50x projectiles. That's just beautiful. I do want to see what the other items are, though, here. So, we've got Blasting Potion, 10% increased blast radius, and 5% increased explosive critical strike chance. 8-minute duration. Pretty good. I have no idea how you're supposed to say that. Surstroming? Maybe? I don't know. 8% increased explosive damage, 4% increased blast radius, 14-minute duration. Blasting supply box. 10% increased blast radius, 10% chance to save ammo. So that's just like the ammo reservation box, but for explosives, which I'll just buy immediately because that's just good to have in general. Furniture box, consumable, right click to open. That is a bit expensive. I'm gonna do it regardless, but I'm just gonna look through the other things first. Big bouncy dynamite, Troll bomb. We do a little trolling. What does this do? Does it just do, like, nothing? Or... Yeah, it does nothing. Okay. C4-1, 110 explosive damage, massive explosion that will not destroy tiles, detonates after 30 seconds, right click to detonate all active C4, well, all C4-1 sticks. Oh. Active... Right click to detonate all active C4-1, full stop, sticks to enemies and tiles. Okay. That's pretty good then. Please don't kill my NPC. C4-2, 110 explosive damage. This one will destroy... I'm having a stroke. Give me a quick second. Yes. Also destroy tiles. Then we have the leveler, which is the bombs I have right here. The glowmite. Heavy bombs. House bombs. We've already seen all of those. Cluster bombs. Massive explosion that will destroy most tiles. Explodes into 12 small bombs. That just sounds like the coral bomb. But maybe better, question mark? Because the coral bomb you get much earlier on in the game. So let's see how this one... I want to see how good this one is. That was underwhelming. Our coral bombs are definitely better than that. Okay, and then there's the Gamble Native Launcher, which I will obviously be buying. In fact, I will do that immediately. And now we have Plasma Shrimp. Gain a shield when at full health. Taking damage will destroy the shield, triggering a 10-second cooldown. The shield will only reactivate once the cooldown has expired and you are back at full health. While the shield is active, hitting enemies summons homing missiles that deal damage based on the original hit. Interesting. So this is good for no-hitters. I don't know if it's worth for me to use because I'm not the greatest at no-hitting, but that might be interesting to look into. And then we have Faraday Spur. I think that's how you say Faraday. Moving around builds up momentum, speed, and jump height. At 25% charge or higher, jump to unleash an electric blast. Blast damage scales with charge and explosive damage, while size scales with blast radius. Maybe. I think I should at least take a look at it and experiment with it. I don't know if that would actually be that good, though. And then... obviously, sulfur blocks. Okay. Interesting. Well, I'm going to clear my inventory a little bit because I picked up a bunch of stuff from, you know, our world blowing up. We have this, but... oh, wait. What is... is that a light pet? Looks like it. I don't really see it emitting much light, though. Interesting. I was gonna say, if it's just a normal pet, I'm gonna keep my blue chicken, but if it's a light pet, then I'll keep that on. And now, to see what was in the treasure bag. Okay, well, we got ourselves the plasma shrimp, and also a whole bunch of other things. Okay. Hold up. I thought my inventory being that empty was gonna be good enough. No, it was not. There was a lot more items than I was expecting. Considerably so. Let's see, is that everything? I think so. Okay, so we got the Sniper Sploder. Does extra damage on direct hit. Shoots mini sticks of dynamite at high velocity. Uses rockets as ammo. How much damage does it deal, though? Honestly, not terrible. It looks like it's also... yeah, it pierces through enemies. That's good. Okay. Wild Bomb Cloak. Detonate a localized explosion when hit by an enemy. Might not be that bad. I just don't know what I'd replace to use it. Got the Bomb Forged. Well, Bomb Forged leggings, TNT costume chest, Bomb Forged breastplate. Wait, so... I got 2 sets of vanity, question mark? Interesting. Boomerang. Very fast speed, very strong knockback. Might be more dangerous to the user. Yeah, probably. Although that... it's not the worst, it's just inconvenient. And then we have a bunch of this impact TNT, which we'd experimented quite a little bit with earlier during the first stream because we found a couple of them, but not any high tier TNT. And we can also craft this into the, what was it called? Like, the super ultra mega gigantic impact TNT. So what do we need for this? We need impact TNT 1, which we've got some of those. Impact TNT 2. That's that one. Got some 3 over here. Yep. 4. 5, which is the one that I just put in. And then 6. Okay. Now, this might not be the smartest thing to do. However, I'm gonna do it anyway. A super ultra mega gigantic explosion that will destroy most tiles. Use with caution. I have a feeling that this is going to be a much larger explosion than I am prepared for. What biome do we want to eradicate? What is a worthy target of our wrath? I'm honestly a little tempted to just chuck it in the jungle. Because if it's going to be as big of an explosion as I'm hoping it is going to be, then we could just get a free Planetary Arena out of this. So, I'm going to make my way over. I'm also kind of hoping at the same time that the explosion is going to be, like, 1 block. I think it would be funny if the explosion were to be, like, 1 block wide. 1 block radius, because it's like, oh yeah, super gigantic ultra TNT, and then it just does nothing. Also, so that was white. It's red, white, green. Seemed to be the brown one. So, I want to see an orange or yellow. Oh, yellow. Oh, that is. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great to use against bosses. I don't think there's any form of downside to using this weapon at all. Because, like, I mean, we do deal a little bit of damage to ourselves, but really not that much, especially considering how many projectiles you can get. I'm excited to use this. But anyway, let's see. Let's go down here a little bit. I think using this as an attachment to the, or more so of an expansion to the original explosion zone, probably not the worst idea. Let's just yeah. Oh my. I was not ready for that. I thought it would give me time to run! I'm going to go inspect the damage. Also... The damage isn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be with this. It's taking quite a while to kill the pinky. Is there a reason why it's dealing such little damage? I mean, it is only 21 explosive range damage. but still. I'll have to look into it a bit more. Oh, like that dealt decent damage there. So I don't know what's up with the pinky. It was also yellow, so I mean, that's besides the point. And another yellow, or is it 25x? That was orange, never mind. Close enough in color. Anyway. Let's go ahead and see the extent of the damage from this bomb, shall we? Yeah. 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 Oh my goodness. Oh my. That is truly the bomb of all time. I can't even get up. That is a massive explosion. Okay. Yeah. Probably not big enough of an area for... actually, this might be large enough for Planetara as is. I was gonna say, once it's time to make a Planetara arena, I know what bombs I'm gonna need to use. But this already might just be good enough. I don't know. But yeah, that's a fairly big explosion, if I may say so myself. Just gonna go ahead and safely store these away for the time being. I also haven't tried these things out. I'm gonna quickly place this down. Yep. And then furniture box. That is a lot of furniture. Okay. Again, not quite sure what I was expecting, but interesting. How many things did I get? That's a lot of items. Hmm. I'm tempted to make a explosive themed house at some point. Don't know exactly when, but we've got all the materials and resources to do so. But anyway. Oh, I didn't put down the relic yet. Silly me. Forgot to do that. Glorious. Alright, I don't really see myself using many of these things, so I'll just put those away. And now... I guess we start getting ready for Wall of Flesh. I'm gonna quickly reforge this because might as well. Rapid? Honestly? Why not? I'll go with that for the time being. Faster speed is pretty good. Although I would prefer damage if possible. I don't have the craziest amount of money, but I've got enough to hopefully suffice. There we go. Unreal. Huge. Alright, so we've got our weapon for Wall of Flesh. Most of the accessories. I would like to, again, maybe experiment with some of these. I'll go ahead and get the other one, just to see how this works. So, what do I replace for the time being for this? You know what? As much as the Genesis loop has been really helpful, I do think that it probably would be better to swap it out sooner than later. Because it only really does its effect when you get low anyway, which we're trying to avoid, so. Anyway, how do you know how much charge is built up? Do you feel like I'm going a bit faster? I don't know if that's just... Yeah, it builds up movement speed and jump height. At 25% or higher, jump to unleash an electric blast. I see. Okay. This jump height, is it more or less permanent? Or... Because I wasn't normally jumping that high. No, it just builds up quickly. Okay. I don't know. I just don't really think that this is going to be all that useful. I think I swapped this out for the plasma shrimp. And that is interesting. Changes the color of the health. I think that's cool. Alright. I think we use the plasma shrimp and then just try to get better at dodging attacks because that's kind of the whole gimmick of this accessory, so... Oh. I already had one. I did not need to spend money on it. I am so intelligent. I don't think I'm going to really be using the sniper splitter all that much. Again, I already have a weapon that I think is going to be considerably better anyway, so put that away. And yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's much else to do before the wall. I don't think I checked the Charlotte Merchant shop. I may as well do that first and foremost. Also gonna need the Dryad or something. Grab platforms for the Wall of Flesh Arena. Uh-huh. You know what? I'll get a flamingo. Why not? Why not? Dryad's up there, so let me just evict the guide. Heard. Sleep for it to be night. And then buy planter boxes, head on over down to the underworld, make a platform, and then I guess fight Wall of Flesh. Also, why is my damage not 0.77x? What's decreasing the damage? I'm so confused. How does... Huh? I don't know what's causing me to lose out on a bunch of damage multiplier. That's a bit annoying. May I please speak with the Dryad? Please? anyway. That's probably good enough of length for the fight, so let's head back down. Actually, before I head down, I may as well grab some levelers. I feel like these are going to be nice for... Where'd the other guy go? He's over there. Of course. I think levelers are going to be convenient, though, for whenever there's buildings and stuff in the way. Alright, now we can head back down to hell. And in the meanwhile, once again, quick reminder to stay hydrated. Yeah, I'm still a little concerned about the practicality of using this weapon. Also, Shadow Chest. I do want to see if they have unique items in them or not. Doesn't necessarily look like it, at least not at first glance, but I will still grab some of these items regardless. Actually don't want to go that far because I don't want to mess up the shrine there, so I'll just build the platform out to the right. Gamble Gun is the thing decreasing your damage. Instead of making each projectile separate, the devs just give you damage debuff / buff. Okay. That makes a bit of sense. It would be a little overpowered if it were, you know, full damage and then all the projectiles. Would have been nice though. Anyway. I forgot that I was still in the blast radius. Oh well. I don't know if that's the most practical use of the bomb. Over here, this makes a lot more sense to use the bomb. Let's see. Check that. Check that. Thought the bomb was going to go down the platform, not stay on top of it, hence why I put the stone below it, but it is what it is. Just keep that in mind for next time. Even with the debuff in damage when using this gun, I still think it'll probably be one of the better weapons for Wall Flesh in particular. The other one would be the Dynamite Sniper. That one could also potentially be good because it at least pierces through one enemy. Not sure if it pierces through multiple, but that'd be good with dealing with the hungry. And that dealt more damage than I thought it was going to. Cool. Also, what I think I'm going to do is I'm thinking I might want to have another accessory I can tab for the plasma shrimp. So honestly, might not be bad to grab the Genesis loop again and have these be toggleable. Because, like, they're complete opposites of each other. One's when you're at full health and the other one's when you're low. So if you're at full health, you should use the one that has the full health bonus, and then if you start getting low, then switch to the Genesis loop, and then you can get more damage that way. How long is the current arena looking like? Not bad. Again, some of the weapons that we've used in the past have proven to be super overpowered and shred through vanilla bosses much faster than expected, so I might be fine with what I've currently got, but I'll at the very least expand a little bit longer. No harm in doing that. Nope, yeah, that's not what I meant to do. I thought... Yeah, okay, there we go. I was gonna say that the bombs could stay on the platforms. I just threw it wrong the first time, I suppose. And I threw it wrong again. Wonderful. Is there... You know, I'm just gonna go back to using solid blocks for this, because, I don't know, I feel like I'm just going crazy at this point. Hello, JS. Welcome to the stream. Hi, how are you? I am doing quite well. Managed to beat a couple bosses much quicker than I initially thought, so we're already getting ready for Wall of Flesh. And considering the weapons that I have, I'm honestly prepared for Wall of Flesh to be beaten very quickly, so... Might even be able to stream a little bit of hard mode today. I was normally expecting, like, I was expecting going into the stream that it was gonna be like, okay, we're gonna take a little while on some of these bosses, and we're probably gonna only just beat Wall of Flesh towards the end of the stream, maybe like 3.5 hours in, maybe more like 4, and then all the other bosses died within the first hour, and it's like, okay, cool, we're already going into Wall. Done with dog sitting? Yes, I am done with the dog sitting, which means I no longer need to worry about bad internet and also just having other obligations. I do have other things I need to do, but nothing as time consuming as the dog sitting was. I'm gonna try to mill up some logs that I have in my yard. Get some slabs. I don't know if I'll make any furniture or anything out of these slabs quite yet. I might just hold on to them until I move houses again, and then I can use that to make a new setup. But would like to do some wood milling sooner than later. But that's not as time consuming as the dog sitting. Anyway, I'm feeling optimistic. I want to just try an arena this length. First and foremost. I'll grab guide voodoo dolls. Wherever those might be. There they are. Alright. So, I think I've got everything. So I'm just going to head down there and give this an attempt. Did you know it was going to be that time consuming? Yeah, but I thought I was going to have better internet. If I had better internet, I was going to stream a little bit earlier on my stream days. Start at around 10, 10:30, maybe 11. That way, by the time the stream was close to being done, it would be around 3 o'clock. That way I could let the dog out to walk it. But then the internet was so bad, I got kicked off the internet like 15 times in like an hour and a half time frame. It was just really bad. So I was like, yep, no, that's not gonna work. Streaming is just not gonna happen, so. Why are you only being watched by 5 people? Thought you were famous? First of all, not famous. Second of all, I'm not traditionally a streamer. I am just a YouTuber that does streams every once in a while to give people immediate content while I'm working on videos, and also for behind the scenes. I did not grow my audience through streams, so I don't expect a lot of people to show up, and yeah. Anyway, I think we go ahead and give an attempt at wall. Actually, if I wait just a quick moment, I can use the plasma shrimp. Did I get paid for the dog sitting? Yes, sir. A little bit more than I initially thought I was going to be paid, but I'm not going to complain about that by any means. Anyway, there we go. Plasma shrimp is active. So, let's go ahead And summon Wall of Flesh in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay, so Plasma Shrimp paired with the Gamblenade launcher, I think is going to be the... Okay, I already took damage. Never mind. I was going to say, it's going to be absolutely insane. But I kind of have to avoid taking damage for Plasma Shrimp to work. Actually, if I heal real quick. There we go. Plasma Shrimp. Plasma Shrimp! Okay. And already took damage again. Wonderful. Yeah, no, like I said, this is shredding the wall fairly quickly. I definitely did not need an arena the size I have. But, you know, as the old adage goes, better safe than sorry. Also, you know, it looks like Plasma Shrimp was doing a lot of damage as well, because we are still beating the wall fairly quickly, but it was much faster when we had the full health bonus. Oh, hold up. I got stuck on the ceiling. Oh, I got so just cocky that I wasn't paying attention to where I was, and then, okay. We don't talk about that. Great. Man, I did not realize I was stuck on the ceiling until it was a bit too late. That's on me. That's just on me. I should have been paying more attention. Now you got a viewer for your stream? Me? Let's go. Are you gonna buy games with the money? I mean, I just don't really buy games in general. If I'm going to get other games, I would want to have like my second channel up and ready. That way I could make content on those games. Not going to really play a lot of other games unless I have like an actual reason to do so, because I prefer having a smaller library of games that I'm actually passionate about. But I'll probably spend the money more so on something like reinvesting into YouTube. I've been thinking about trying to hire a video editor somewhat recently again. They're expensive and I don't know where to go to find a video editor. I'm in contacts with 2 people who might be interested, but I'm not quite sure if they're what I'm looking for quite yet, so I'll do a bit more thinking about it. Maybe I'll try hiring one of them, but I don't know. Anyway. Got that back. Guide isn't back yet. I don't know if I have enough housing or not. Probably not, because mechanic also needs housing. Okay. Yeah, I might just need to make some cheap housing just out in the world somewhere. I could maybe set up pylon stuff. Make some jungle housing. Ocean somewhere. Probably over here. I already have somewhat of an arena. Jungle, but then wouldn't it make more sense to do the jungle one over there, ocean one over here? Because if I just put the jungle more so towards the edge, then the ocean's not that far. I don't know. Saw that Steam has sale in Terraria for $4.99. I already have Terraria, if you couldn't tell, so don't think I'll be buying Terraria again, but anyway, yeah, just gonna make some quick housing. I can make some snow biome housing. Why not? Yeah, I'll do snow biome pylon, and then also have an ocean pylon on the right. Probably just in the middle of the biome. Probably a decent place to put that. Me when I hit myself and not the slime. That was amazing. I'm so talented in all the wrong ways. Alright, who? I think mechanic and it's missing a chair. Of course it's missing a chair. I forgot about the chairs. Truly insane. I'm blind again. There they are. Mechanic and Goblin should go in here. And if I also move a town slime in here, then it should count as an actual town and reduce spawns. Then, as I said earlier as well, I'll go ahead and make an ocean pylon. Right ocean. And then just have a jungle pylon at the left side to have ease of access to that ocean as well. Hello Luna, welcome to the stream. I am doing quite well. How are you? Also, I'm curious if might using other rockets have an effect? No. Dang. I was hoping. I was really hopeful that using other rockets would have an effect because imagine that with getting a jackpot. That'd be insane. Good, just chilling? Fair enough. And there's the angler. Be rather rude to wake him up. Man's just getting some rest, so I'm gonna leave him be. Definitely not an excuse for me to just not get the angler. What are you talking about? I'm trying to be a kind and considerate person here. Anyway, once this housing is completed, I think I'm going to move some NPCs into it so I can just get the pylon while I'm here already. And then I'll make my way back down to Hell, fight Wall of Flesh since the guide is back. And this time I'm not going to make the mistake of not paying attention at the very end of the fight. That was fairly embarrassing. Are you enjoying playing this? I've heard about it, but never played it myself. I'd say it's fun. The items are a little unbalanced, so I wouldn't really call it much of a challenge run per se. Or much of a challenge in general, not necessarily a challenge run, but it is definitely a goofy mod that is amusing at times, so I'd say if you're looking for an actual challenge, maybe not the best place to look, but fun mod to play for the sake of playing a fun mod, then yes. Oh, that grew quickly. I did not mean to do that, meant to try to click on the walls, and I'm out of wood again. Surely that's enough walls for the both of the houses, right? Surely. What other games do you like to play mostly? Well, I mean, most of the time I play Terraria and whatnot, but I do enjoy playing other games such as Repo, Among Us if I have friends who are willing to play it in the moment. Sea of Thieves is a good game. Don't really play Minecraft all that often. Sometimes it can be nice, but I usually play Bed Wars if I play Minecraft. There is a modded server that I was playing a little bit before I was doing the dog walking, but then when I started the dog, well, not dog walking, dog sitting, but when I was doing that for the last week, didn't really have much time to play it, so I've kind of been slacking on that a little bit. But yeah, I don't have that large of a games library. I'd also like to use more palm wood if I can to finish this housing. That way it's uniform, but if needed, I might just have to make other walls for the time being. Stone totally blends in with the natural scenery, surely, right? Surely. Anyway, so who am I going to move over here? I do not know. I could just move these two over. And I'll get a pylon from them immediately. Now I can just go back here. Are you selling a pylon? No. Okay. Are you selling a pylon? Yes, actually. A little surprised by that, but I'll take it. I was just about to say, I don't really see the point of putting the pylon over here since it's spawned. I can just use recalls. And then I realized I still need to get to other pylons. It's a bit slow on that. Anyway, those away. Have our voodoo doll. Have our Gamblenator launcher. Grab that. All that set up. Alright. I think we're ready for another attempt at Wall of Flesh. And this time, I'm, again, like I said, going to not not pay attention. Almost beat him on my first try, and that would have been really nice. Alright. Well. By the way, you just finished God of War Ragnarok. Huge. Once this fire imp's out of the way, we can begin. So, Wall of Flesh attempt number 2. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And of course is another enemy as soon as I spawn the boss. And of course, I lose a bunch of health immediately, including the plasma shrimp. Great. Not the greatest start to the fight. Definitely could have been better, but so long as I pay attention, hopefully we will reign victorious in the end. Okay. We have plasma shrimp on our side now, which is nice. Just try not to lose it. And I lost it, of course. But there's some parts just on the ground, so I'd be able to get it back. And I took damage again. Wonderful. I'm resisting the urge of just healing. Actually, I'm down enough health that healing makes sense. And there goes Plasma Shrimp already. Oh, that's the end of the arena. I thought it was longer than that. I thought it was much longer. Oh, hold up. We might have been saved. Nope, never mind. I thought I was saved for a second, then I got sniped by the eye laser. Okay. Well, that was almost bad, almost good, and then ended up being bad. Okay. Well, I think I just need to swallow my pride and just extend the platform. I didn't want to because I was like, yes, good gear. We are really powerful and strong. Surely I don't need to extend longer. And so I didn't. That is on me. Again, just ego and pride and all that fun stuff. I don't have any more voodoo dolls, so either have to get more or just build housing down there. Of course, the Charlie Merchant shows up immediately as I'm starting to go down, and of course he's up on the Sky Island, and even though it's a close one to me, I don't care. I'm not gonna take the extra time for all of that. So just gonna leave these hearts on the ground if possible. That way I can pick them up during the fight. Stream is pretty chill. I try to keep streams to be decently chill. I don't need it to be anything too crazy. Loud reactions, unless something actually exciting is happening, but and Colin's here. Okay. So if I can get a Voodoo Demon, that'd be very convenient. Otherwise, no big deal. sir. Thank you. I don't even know how he died. Can you ask me something? I mean, as the expression goes, you can ask any question you want. I may not answer. But if I want to, then I will. So ask away. Also, I think, yep, that was one block higher. Unfortunate. Oh, I'm almost dead. Hold up. I don't want it. I don't want that to happen. Never mind. I don't have a choice. Make stream graphics like logos, banners, animated overlays, etc. No pressure at all. Would you like to see your portfolio? You could message me on Discord. At the very least, I'll take a look at it. Can't promise anything other than that, but feel free to send me a DM. Anyway, I think I'm also gonna make some housing down in hell. That way I can just spawn in the wall that way. So I'm gonna grab some blocks. Where might the wood be? Normal wood. There we go. And whilst I'm falling down to hell again, another quick reminder to stay hydrated. Great. Sir, just let me survive, please. Why is there a constant puff of fart gas around you? That is the sulfur heart that I have right here. It's kind of like the spore sac in a sense, where it emits the little AoE projectiles. Anyway, this should be good enough for the guide, right? Yes, okay. I'm almost dead. 2 HP. And I'm dead. Wonderful. Send me a request on Discord. I mean, I have open DMs. You can just message me. I don't usually friend people unless I, you know, am already close to that person, so... Or, you know, interact with them, at the very least interact with them frequently. So, if you just want to just DM me the portfolio, you can do that. Meanwhile, I'm going to sleep for it to be A, night, B, for me to have more health. I can just drop the guide into the lava. I like how I was able to beat, let's see, Skeletron, Deerclaws, and Captain Explosive within the first hour, and it has taken me about that long just to prepare for Wall of Flesh. Sent it? Alright. Probably take a look at it after stream, that way I can actually take time to look through. Although I don't see a DM from you. Might you have sent it somewhere else, or because I don't... Maybe it just hasn't gone through yet, if you're sending, like, attachments. I don't know, but I don't see anything quite yet. Crispylink, is you on Discord? Yep. I believe you joined the Discord server, and I mean, you should be able to see my profile from there. Anyway, it's nighttime, so I'm gonna head back down here now. Also, I just realized that the light pet emits, like, 0 light at all. Like, I didn't really notice much light from it earlier when I first got it, but that was out in the open during day, and it's like, okay, maybe that's why I'm not noticing anything. Down in here in the mines, it's just... It's actually disappointing how little light there is. Regardless, though... Let's just get rid of this guy. And now, with the perfect music playing in the background, let's drop the guy in lava, shall we? Cool. Almost took damage from that. Would have been funny. Totally. Oh. Hey, life regen, you want to get me to full health real quick? I really want that shrimp. No? Wonderful. Alright, guess we're not using shrimp for the time being. Although now I probably can. There we go. Need to get to more open areas soon. And there goes shrimp. Okay. Managed to deal a decent amount of damage. Unfortunately, I lost it though. Alright, less than 1,000 health remaining. Surely I don't blunder. There we go. Huge. Entered hard mode. Let's go. Let's see, anything here new? Yes, there is. We've got the Scottish Resistance, the black box, the emblem, and also some extra spiky sticky bombs. Okay. Interesting. Obviously, also gonna consume the demon heart. And already menacing on the emblem. That's very convenient. Okay. Yeah, that's, alright. We're looking pretty good right now. I'm gonna quickly just go ahead and fix up the housing. what mods do you have? Right now I am using boss checklist, display character stats, high FPS support, hook stats, wing stats, ore excavator, recipe browser, and Teen Terraria. These structure helper and Teen Terraria music mods are obviously required with the Teen Terraria mod itself, but these are the other mods I'm using. The link to the Teen Terraria mod is in the description if anyone is interested in trying it out for themselves. At least it should be, unless some sort of description editing goblin showed up when I wasn't looking and altered the description, but I don't believe that's the case, so should be there. But anyway, let's see. So this uses sticky bombs as ammo, and this one uses rockets as ammo. Okay. 87 explosive range damage, extremely slow speed. For every 75 damage dealt to enemies, heals 1 HP. That's a hello. For every 75 damage dealt to enemies, heals 1 HP up to maximum of 5. Healing only applies once per projectile, even if multiple enemies are hit. Converts rockets to black box rockets, which can be used to rocket jump. Does extra damage on direct hit, and obviously uses rockets as ammo. It is broken, so minus 30% damage is... And still having 87 explosive range damage kind of insane. Let's see this. Oh, yes, I see what you mean by it can be used to rocket jump. That is actually really cool. I like that. Okay, okay. So, I'll probably want to reforge that, at least experiment with it. I don't know if I'll be using it as my main weapon, but that is still a pretty cool weapon in general. Since the right account says he, they, any in your info. That should be me then. I'm not seeing a DM from you though. I might. Oh, you sent a message request. I see. Yeah, okay. I did receive it. It was just sent as a request and not as an actual outright DM. So I didn't see it in the immediate ping spot that I would normally get messages. Yeah, I'll take a look at it after stream. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be using cannonballs, at least not for now. So I'll just throw that away, and sell the other things I don't really care for. Actually, I'll hold on to the warrior emblem in case I want to turn it into an Avenger emblem. But yeah. Oh, new items in the shop. I didn't even notice that right away. Okay. There's a lot of things. So we've got green solution bomb. Spreads purity over a large area. Okay, same thing with the other bomb types, the other biomes, which is cool. That's gonna make for an interesting experience. We have Rocket Zero. Interesting. Rocket. Supersonic rocket. Okay, I'm gonna read the descriptions of these. So these don't really have any actual descriptions, but this one, small blast radius, will not destroy tiles. Moves in triple speed, not velocity, but as if it were sped up. Mines arm 3x as fast, and all variants explode 3 times faster. Interesting. The extra spiky sticky bombs. Black box rocket. Does not have variants for all launchers. Small blast radius will not destroy tiles. Obviously, it can also be used to rocket jump. Have run grenade. Explodes into an ichor and curse flame explosion with multiple damaging sparks that debuff and damage enemies. 268 explosive range damage, all for 84 copper. Hold up. I'm just gonna... That actually seems pretty good. If your IP address was your credit card number +2, what would your IP address be? No. Anyway, we got the Uni Grenade Launcher, 104 explosive range damage, very fast speed, very strong knockback, shoots unicorn grenades. Interesting. Uses rockets as ammo. Fascinating. Okay. Elevated Snowman Cannon, 73 explosive range damage, fast speed, launches homing snowman rockets that burst into many damaging windstorms. Windstorms are scaled with blast radius. Alright. If the slime would like to... I'd like to actually test it on an enemy. Alright, whatever. I don't want to spend all the money right away, which is why I'm buying and selling immediately. Because they are expensive. 42 gold and then 21 gold, so let's just try to see if I could use it against an enemy nearby. And then Obliteration Obelisk. 139 explosive range damage, extremely slow speed, shoots obelisk rockets that pierce through multiple enemies, does extra damage on direct hit, uses rockets as ammo. I see. That is definitely much slower than the other ones were. I might be interested in trying out the Snowman Cannon and the Uni Grenade Launcher. But those are, again, fairly expensive, so I might hold off from it for now. I think I could probably farm certain bosses decently easily. Like, for example, the Sulfur Elemental. Sulfur Elemental might actually be a really good boss to farm because it's an infinite summon. And we've got good enough gear now that I think we could probably kill it decently quickly. So maybe we take a moment to do a little bit of that today. But regardless of that, I think we go ahead, break a couple altars, and maybe look into... I didn't mind any... Did I? I just need to make more. Okay. I was gonna say, like, I swear I mined Hellstone earlier, but I didn't make a pickaxe. There we go. Silly me. Guys just found out the water is wet. There are some people that would get into a heated argument trying to disagree with that stance. I personally don't really have all too much of an opinion. But anyway, let's see. And whilst I'm making my way over to the corruption to break the altars, I'll also set up the snow pylon. Because I may as well. Why not? Maybe the hollow pylon, actually, considering where the hollow generated. Yeah. Okay. Hollow it is. At least for now. You can probably still use the snow pylon. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Because it is technically hollow. Even though they're selling both. Anyway, let's go ahead. Okay, not terrible. I feel like I always would prefer titanium because you can at least shimmer titanium into adamantite, but not the other way around. But I'll still take it regardless. Oh, I am dead. Eh, whatever. I didn't need to break all that many. Anyway, how much damage were the other rockets? I wasn't even paying attention to that. So this is 10 explosive damage. And then these are 28. That's a lot. So I don't really get the benefit of the speed bonus that it was talking about. However, that doesn't necessarily matter considering I just get more damage. So I think it's still worthwhile to invest in these. It might make more sense to invest in... Rocket Zeros are only 4 damage less, but half the price, so... I think I'll buy Rocket Zeros. Still over double the amount of damage as my previous rockets. So, I'll sell those, keep these. And... I'm kind of tempted to buy one of these weapons. Yeah. I'll buy one of these and then use this to farm the Sulfur Elemental. Honestly, I don't really need the Boomberry Slinger anymore. I'll probably just hold on to it for the, for the memories. But a lot of these weapons I don't need anymore at this point. So, I guess we just head down, farm the boss a little bit, and actually... Yeah, I was gonna reforge, but it's not needed. What is the nurse? Oh, I forgot that I had a... Forgot I had a house up there. What even's the next boss? Queen Slime? I saw a crystal. Another one right here. May as well just grab it while we're at it. Probably won't spawn the boss for a little while because I'll want to make upgrades to my gear, but I want to do a little bit of money farming first. That way I can afford whatever potential items are in the shops. Why am I mining? Such a plebeian thing to do. Also, that's a... Yeah. Crystal Sheller. Interesting. I'll fight him if he's still around when I grab this crystal. I want to see what items it drops. Yeah, I was expecting it to despawn. Which it did. No surprise there. Yeah, whatever. Alright. Quickly just heal, that way I have the shrimp, and... I'm gonna use the Gamble Nade, I think, on this first attempt, and then I'll try using the other weapons. Oh, Wall of Flesh? Why are you... Okay, that's fantastic. Nothing I could really do there. Yeah, I didn't even consider the guide getting, knockbacked into the lava off a very precarious ledge. I didn't even consider that as a possibility. So that went wonderfully. Cool. Let's try that again, shall we? Also, I think I'll probably just use the snowman cannon, because... Or, technically, elevated snowman cannon. Actually, before that, even, I would like to fight this guy. I want to see if I can get a decent weapon from him. And I got an achievement. That's what I got. Interesting. But, no weapon from at least that one. Maybe I just got unlucky. Speaking of getting unlucky, I sure do love it when I get stuck underneath blocks. Because I hoiked into a 2-block tall gap. And then immediately get taken advantage of by a Luminibat. That's fun. Just wanted to fall down, sir. Maybe the guy being down there is not the greatest option, so... Is there a way that I can get rid of him without spawning in the wall of flesh? I don't know. I don't know if it's... Don't mind the voice crack from me, oh my, that was awful. I was gonna say, don't mind, What was I gonna say? That voice crack was so bad that it just permanently erased the thought I had in my mind at the time. Wow, that's insane. What was I gonna say? I physically do not know. Anyway. It's not night. There is a wizard somewhere. I don't think I really care about the wizard, though. Just more NPCs that need housing. Yeah, it's not night, so... I don't know what to do. I don't want to accidentally spawn in the wall of flesh again. Anyway, crystal cannon. 403 explosive range damage. Holy moly. Shoots bouncy crystal cannonballs that penetrate multiple enemies. Okay, so maybe we should invest a little bit into cannonballs. Because that sounds pretty good. I must be honest. Also, I like how the nurse was the one that died somehow. Question mark? Don't know how that works out. Wonderful. Oh, I got another crystal cannon before I died, so... Huzzah. Oh, it's almost night. Okay. I'll just start heading down now, then. Because the guide will move into the other housing. And supposedly, will not fall into lava and spawn in the wall flush again. Though, we'll see. The nurse found a way to die, so... It's not completely safe. Sir, I'm just trying to fall down. If you could be ever so kind and let me do so, that'd be fantastic. Can I steal your chair for a quick second? Give me your chair. Oh my god. Paid operative. I just want to sit in that guy's chair. Please. Is that too much to ask for? I just want to regenerate health a little bit quicker. You know what? Screw it. 2 chairs. Why not? So now we just wait for a moment, heal up, and then we can go ahead and try farming some sweet, sweet cash. In the meanwhile, whilst I'm waiting, another quick reminder to stay hydrated. Wait a second, did the guy just... I didn't even notice. The guy stole my seat, so now I'm sitting on his lap. I do not want to sit on your lap. Get me out of here. I'd also need to put more blocks underneath the house, because that one enemy... those attacks can and will deal damage to me through the walls. Anyway. Let's go ahead. Sulfur elemental. It's been a hot minute since I fought this boss, but there we go. Yeah, so I guess the real question is, how much money do we get? So there's about 3 gold from the boss itself, and then plus the items. Oh, and we also get greater healing potions. I forgot about that. That's actually really good. It's a good way to grind for those, while also trying to get money. So I might as well just boot you out of here for the time being, with a merchant down here. And then just sell the items I get. Oh, hello. Of course you're here. Did you go where? Looks like it. Okay. So, let's see. Gold. Just shy of gold. 5 gold. Of course, more projectiles that must be dealt with. Cool. And then, let's see. Ooh, this is almost 10 gold. That's a lot. And then these items are not the greatest, but still decent money. So, I'm not going to complain. Again, being able to get better healing potions is definitely a really good thing to do. So, might as well continue farming here. I will buy another piggy bank though, so I don't lose my cash. And yeah. Also, Kaboom Crate Mimic. Where might you be? Probably gone already. Nope, still here. Where? to the left. But it doesn't really look to be up, right? Yeah, no, it's down here in hell somewhere, presumably. So confused. Where might you be? Oh, that's definitely you. Are you gonna move up here like the other biomimics, or? Yes, you do. Okay. So I don't need to worry about your items dropping down in the lava or whatnot. Okay. 3 mimics all at once. This is truly what I wanted right now. Yup. Oh, you are about to detonate. Interesting. Okay. I would like to kill this hollow mimic as well, because I believe they can drop a custom item also, if I remember correctly. And nothing but a Daedalus. But I do want to see what the Kaboom Crate guy dropped. So, I move to a safe place real quick. Got myself more TNT 5. Mine Rain Launcher. Shoots multiple proximity mines at once. Mines deal triple damage when armed. Okay, cool. Why is it called Mine Rain, though? Is it just because it shoots multiple? Sure. Bombard's Cake. 10% increased explosive damage, but you receive 50% more explosive self-harm damage. Not the biggest fan of that. And then just some other basic explosives. Alright, well, for the time being, I'm going to continue just selling these items. I don't think I'm going to really care for any of those. Definitely don't need Daedalus since I can't even use it because not explosive type weapon. And I'll just sell these because why not? I think I'll just fight the Sulfur Elemental a couple more times, because I already have a decent amount of money now from those mimics, so... Is this modded? Yes. I have Terraria currently active, but that is the only mod that actually adds anything different to the gameplay. I'll show the mod list in just a quick second, after this boss fight. There we go. So, current mods I'm using: boss checklist, display character stats, high FPS support, hook stats, wing stats, ore excavator, recipe browser, and Tea and Terraria. There is a link to Tea and Terraria in the description if anyone is interested. It is a fun mod, though it is not really all that challenging, I must admit. So long as you play the game the intended way, more or less, within progression. Kind of. Anyway. I'll fight 1 or 2 more of these guys, because, again, money. And healing potions. Just remember that detail. Ow. That was weird. You know what? I've got basically 2.5 platinum. I think I'm probably fine. I don't need more money as of right now. Later, though, I will, most certainly. I can use this to buy myself the unique grenade launcher. Don't know how good of a weapon this is going to be, but may as well try it out. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's... Looks like it might be actually pretty decent, so... I use that as the main weapon for the time being, since the Gamblenade is still decent, but a little underwhelming. And then I think I'll keep the black box on me for rocket launch purposes. But I don't know how... Me, when totally logic... I mean, to be fair, the barrel is inside the house, but still. Yeah, I don't know how often I'd actually use the rocket jump feature. It's funny, but I don't think I'll be using it all too often. Let's see. What kind of armor can I get at this stage? It's been a while since I've been able to upgrade my armor. So, we can get ourselves the hard mode or armor, obviously. So, I'm assuming that's the adamantite. You're not in Terraria Idiots VC today? I'm in the live VC. Yeah, I'm in one of the live VCs for Terraria Idiots. That boss would go good with the sulfur biome and remnant. I don't know what remnant is, so I can't attest to it personally, but I'll take your word for it. There's also the freeze bomber stuff. What is... Explosives take 25% longer to explode but deal 10% more damage? Interesting. And what is this? So... That's hollowed bars. Interesting, because I did see another hollowed set. Yeah. What mod shows his armor menu? This is recipe browser. Also hollowed. Why there's so many armor sets that you can make with hollowed? Let's see. I find the empty line to be very funny for no particular reason. Honestly, going for the frozen armor might be the play to go, or the way to go. The play might be the play. Way to go. Me when I combine two different things together at once. Huzzah. But, I mean, it's one of the highest defense sets of the entire mod. So, might be worth going for that. I don't know. How do you get the behemoth stuff? Also seems to be hollow bars. I don't think yours... Maybe you can get it from Kaboom Mimics though, because it says that. Maybe you actually can. That'd be interesting. Also, what is this? I'm sorry, but that is very wacky. How do you get that? Is that also from 12 hollow bars? It's hard to tell what... Because, like, it says 12 hollow bars right there, right now. I don't have anything selected. So... No. You don't. I don't know where you get that from. Maybe it's sold. I don't know. Just a world generation mod. Pretty cool, not overdone. Alright. Yeah, I've never heard of it. I don't usually play with all too many sorts of mods. If I ever do play with mods, it's fairly just simple stuff. Usually it's just things like high FPS support, recipe browser, stuff like that. I don't usually do anything that changes gameplay. But let's see. Yeah, armor. I'm tempted to go for the frozen armor stuff. And then we'll figure out these later. So, still get to work my way up through all the various... What's the difference between these? Oh. I forgot it has to show both recipes for adamantite and titanium. So, yeah, anyway. I think we work our way up through the hard mode doors a little bit. Grab some Spelunker. And yeah, let's do some mining, shall we? Sir. Thank you. Oh, sounds like some of my cats are fighting downstairs again. I don't know why that one cat just can't keep to himself. Just, he's got so much energy. He just wants to play, and the others just do not want to play at all. Also, why did I spawn with full health? Normally I spawn with half health. I'm confused. Not gonna complain necessarily. I'm wondering why. Wondering why it's doing what it's doing. So why is that floating? I don't know either. May as well just to see if you're selling anything different, and you're not. Of course you're not. Cool. So, decent amount of adamantite up there. Keep that in mind. More. Cool. More. That's all I'm ever gonna need. Can I please find some, like, orichalcum maybe? Question mark? Thorben said there's another past the world. Are you participating? Nope. And I'm dead, of course. Huzzah. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be doing the next Past the World. I don't know if he said what it is, so I'm not going to spoil it per se. But it's a mod that I've not played solo before, and I would rather just have my first vanilla experience of the mod. I say vanilla experience of the mod because I have technically played it before, but not on its own and with the intended way of playing it. Trying to be vague here, if you couldn't tell. Didn't say what it is. Alright, then I will not say what it is either. But it's a mod that I have technically played on before, but for something else, not on its own. And thus I'd like to have like an intended quote-unquote vanilla experience of said mod before I do any other kinds of collaborations or anything on it. So I'm noticing that this weapon might be a bit deadly for myself to use. Then again, I feel like most weapons that I use are gonna kill me quite quickly. I just want to get that ore, dude. Hello, 2W Creeper again. Welcome back to the stream. I don't know why I'm finding so much adamantite but no orichalcum, like, at all. It's so fun. So great. Screw it, I'll just go down the rest of the elevator, see if I can find more. No point in digging another tunnel when I already have one. Any more over here, or because I don't think I have quite enough for an anvil and pickaxe, and I'm dead. Doesn't matter. Why does it look like adamantite, whatever it's called? I mean, orichalcum has always looked that way. Yeah, I definitely don't have enough. Only just barely enough to have the anvil. Definitely not enough for both the anvil and pickaxe. Sir. Thank you. Ow. Yeah, 100 damage. The fact that I'm able to deal 100 damage to myself so casually is kind of not good. Let's see. Probably just look around on this rail. Nope, that's more adamantite. Obviously. And more. Again, there's so much adamantite, but like no orichalcum for some reason. I'm genuinely confused as to why that's the case. And of course, the one time there's orichalcum, it's inside lava. Naturally. Naturally. Wow. I thought I was being smart by getting rid of the dart trap. There's a second one. That's cool. That's so amazing and wonderful. Sir. Wonderful. I just want a little bit of orichalcum so I can make myself a pickaxe. There's already so much titanium that I physically don't need to find more. So, you know, if the game would be just even like the slightest bit nice, I'd really appreciate just a smidge bit more orichalcum, please. think I'll probably explore this minecart track for Orichalcum. Hmm. I'm genuinely perplexed at how little Orichalcum I've seen so far. Just realized I was going down this rail again. I wanted to go visit the left side of the lower rail. Just haven't done that yet. Hey, at least got more Spelunker Potion. Because I'm likely going to die with the one I currently have active. Sir? Sir, that's mighty rude of you. I was just trying to mind my own business, mine some ore, and then you killed me. Eh, whatever. I think I might have enough for Orichalcum now. Literally just barrel ore. But still enough regardless, so not gonna complain. And now, I've already come across quite a lot of adamantite, so that shouldn't be an issue at all. And of course. I need better armor soon. I don't think I quite need to drink the Spelunker potion quite yet to find more adamantite. You just look around on the map, see if I found more veins. I don't care for that tiny little vein. It's not really worth my time to go for. Charge Discord. A must have for you? No, far from. Oh. I was not paying attention. No, I do not like Rod of Discord, actually, like, at all. I find that it's just... Well... I'm fine with using it outside of boss fights, but I really just don't like using it during fights, because it's just really cheesy. It's like... Yeah... I'd rather learn how to dodge the attacks than to teleport away from them. But using it to get around can be convenient when you're exploring like the caves and stuff. That's the only time when it could be useful though. Anyway. Let's see. How much am I gonna need total? So I need 20, 30, 46 bars. Okay. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. Oh, certainly not. Yeah, 25. Need 46. Okay. I got another Spelunker on me. I might just use it for the adamantite. It's hassle to get half the time. True. So 1 in 500 if you're playing on Classic or Expert, and 1 in 400 if you're playing on Master Mode. So it's not worth getting most of the time. I personally wouldn't go out of my way for it, but if the game were to just randomly give it to me, I may as well use it, kind of thing, you know? It's like trying to, like, right now it would be like a decent example of when a good time for it would be, you know, just moving around the caves trying to mine around, you know? Rather than having to mine through all of the solid blocks in your way, you could just teleport to a little pocket of air. But again, wouldn't actually use it for boss fights or anything. Bones McGee. No way. Almost blew myself up. That would have been really funny. Holy song. Creo makes some banger music. I would absolutely recommend listening to Creo. Kaboom, great mimic again. If I see it, I'll fight it. Or I could just immediately die to it. If I see it, I'll fight it, I say. That was brilliant. That was amazing. Perfect timing. I love it when that happens. Anyway, I might have enough. Maybe? Question mark? I actually don't know. I think I said like what, 56 something? In which case, almost. Yeah, 56. Just need just a little bit more. Just a little bit. In fact, you know what? I know where I can go for the last little bit of ore. That one vein that I skipped earlier because it was quote-unquote too small for anything useful. Congratulations, little buddy. It's your day to shine. You might just be enough. Sir, can you just let me go down the elevator, please? Please. It's not that big of an ask. I would just like to get from point A to point B. I actually don't know where the vein is. I went right past it. Alright. That should be enough. Yep. Alright, there we go. So now, if my microphone would like to not just rotate an entire 180 degrees, thank you very much. Just need it to rain a little bit. Get some frost cores, and then make the armor. Got me there. I don't know if it would be worthwhile to just sleep time by to get the rain, or if it's better to try getting something else in the meanwhile than just getting the rain to happen. I don't know. 8 gold per. I'll take it. I'm not gonna go broke. But why is this only 1 gold per? The discrepancy in cost is baffling. think I'll go with warding for now. Normally I'd like to go for more damage stuff, but then I skipped over lucky, and I'm like, well... We could give Queen Slime an attempt without the better armor. Quite possibly. Just to see how things go, a little litmus test of sorts. Before that, though, I want to see. Do you sell cannonballs, or am I going to need to move the Demolitionist over? Actually, not move the Demolitionist, because I can just teleport over there. So let's see. Also, cannonball is the only one I can make. But I could farm in the underworld for the obsidian cannonballs. Maybe. Or what if I just look up cannonball? Well, that is definitely doable. Or actually, I don't even need to do that, right? Because my cannon would just automatically convert them into... I mean, to be fair, more damage. 48 to 72 is quite a big jump. 191 for hollowed cannonballs is crazy. Me oh my. Nova cannonballs. I'm assuming that's dropped from the post-Moonlord boss. Would make sense. Alright. I think I just buy a bunch of rickety cannonballs for the time being. And I want to try using the other weapon I got. This one right here, yes. It is fairly slow, but the damage is high. To be fair, I'm still one to believe that this is probably more DPS. But it's kind of lame to use the same weapons and nothing but those weapons over and over and over again. So, make a quick little arena here. Nothing too fancy. This might even be too small of an arena, but screw it, we ball. Let's give it a go, shall we? Oh, hello. The fact that it's able to bounce means that we're able to get multiple hits. So long as, you know, Queen Slime actually jumps inside of the the veil. We're also able to deal with the minions pretty quickly though as well, which is nice. Oh. Wait. Oh, I thought I was taking damage from my own cannonballs, and I was like, really? You can take damage from those as well, not just like the explosives? No, it was the balancing gel, which I didn't see because of my projectiles. Okay. That makes a bit more sense. Honestly, I think we might be fine to just fight Queen Slime with our current gear. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some more of the gelatin crystals and try beating this boss. I think I'll grab one more after this one. Unless I die before then. Yep. Saw that one right there. I was trying to make my way back over. How unfortunate. And now I'm not responding with full health. I'm confused as to why sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Whatever. I'll just stand still and regen for a little bit. While I'm regenerating health, I may as well once again drink some water and stay hydrated. Alright, full health. Let's go ahead. Give this a second attempt in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Come on, jump into the projectiles. There you go. And there goes the shrimp. Half health. Now that you're flying, I think I'm going to switch over to this weapon. It is absolutely decimating. Oh, I am absolutely getting shredded as well. That's not good. Haha. Hey, we can talk about this. We can talk about this. There we go. That was a bit close. That was a little bit closer than I would have liked to have been, but we managed in the end, so that's good. Alright, let's see. Any new items? No, unfortunately not. Dang. Which means I can't use anything from Queen Slime, man. That was all for nothing. More or less. Let's see. I'll sell to you since you're happier. Therefore, I get more money. Cool. Alright. Well, honestly, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking, alright? I think maybe we call this the end of the stream. I'll go ahead and grab the outro music for streams. And honestly, it is a shorter stream than I usually do. But we managed to accomplish quite a lot. We beat Skeletron, Deerclops, Captain Explosive, Wall of Flesh, and Queen Slime all today. We went ahead and did the mining for hard mode ores. Kind of just need to wait for a blizzard in order to get the armor. But after doing that, we've got the 3 mechs, Planetara, Golem, and only a handful of other bosses after that before eventually beating the challenge. So I think next stream we go ahead and beat the mechs at the very least. At least that is the goal. But today, I think we can probably end things here and it'll be all right. Anyway, if you enjoyed watching the stream, want to be notified whenever I go live or upload another video, please consider joining the community Discord server. I have that the link to the Discord server linked in the live chat. If for some reason the live chat is not showing, if you're watching this as a VOD, then the link to the Discord server should be in the description. Additionally, this is not Twitch, subscribing is free, and I would highly appreciate if you were to consider doing so if you have not done so already. I'm trying to reach 75,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and every little bit of support goes a long way, and I'd be very appreciative. Anyway, this could be all for today. Thank you again so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.